Welcome. There is nothing you need to do, nothing you need to remember, nothing you need to focus on. These words are simply here to be heard, allowing the mind to soften and the body to rest. This is a gentle exploration of the Hermetic Principles, ancient teachings that describe how reality moves, how consciousness functions, and how understanding unfolds naturally. When the mind is quiet, you do not need to analyze these ideas. You do not need to agree with them. You do not need to hold on to them. Understanding has a way of arriving on its own, especially when the mind is relaxed. As you listen, you may drift closer to sleep. That is perfectly fine. These ideas do not require effort to be absorbed. The Hermetic Principles come from ancient teachings associated with timeless wisdom and insight. They are not religious. They are not commandments. They are observations about patterns that appear throughout nature, human experience, and consciousness itself. These principles describe how reality behaves, how energy moves, and how awareness experiences itself. There are 7 primary principles. We will move through them slowly, allowing each idea to settle gently. There is no need to remember the number. There is no need to memorize the names. Simply allow the meaning to pass through awareness. The first principle is often summarized as all is mind. This does not mean that everything is imagined. It suggests that reality arises within consciousness. Everything you experience, sound, sensation, thought, emotion, appears within awareness. Awareness does not need to move to find experience. Experience comes to it. This principle gently points to the idea that consciousness is not a product of reality, but a foundation of it. Even now, awareness is present without effort. The second principle is often expressed as above, so below, as within, so without. This principle describes reflection and mirroring. Patterns that exist internally often reflect externally. Patterns that exist externally often reflect internally. When the mind feels calm, the world appears softer. When the mind feels tense, the world appears sharper. This does not mean reality is imaginary. It means experience and perception move together. As the body rests, the world may feel farther away. That is correspondence. The third principle teaches that everything moves and everything vibrates. Nothing is truly still. Even silence contains movement. Even rest contains subtle motion. Thoughts vibrate. Emotions vibrate. The body vibrates quietly with breath and heartbeat. There is nothing to raise and nothing to fix. Change happens naturally. As resistance fades, movement becomes gentle. The fourth principle speaks of polarity. Everything has opposites: light and dark, rest and activity, sound and silence. Opposites are expressions of the same thing. At different points, Awake and asleep are both consciousness in different states. Peace does not require eliminating discomfort. It often appears when resistance relaxes. As sleep approaches, the sharpness of opposites softens. The fifth principle describes rhythm. Everything flows, everything rises and falls. There are tides in nature, tides in thought, tides in emotion. Nothing remains fixed forever. Even restlessness gives way to calm. Even wakefulness gives way to sleep. Rhythm does not need to be forced. It carries things forward naturally. Breath comes in, breath goes out. You are not behind. You are not stuck. You are simply moving within a natural rhythm. The sixth principle is cause and effect. Every effect has a cause. Every cause has an effect. Nothing happens randomly. This does not mean life is rigid. It means events arise from conditions. Sleep arrives when the body feels safe. Understanding deepens when effort relaxes. Even listening now is part of a gentle chain of cause and effect. There is no mistake here. The seventh principle speaks of balance between receptive and expressive forces. One still, one moving, one listening, one acting. Wisdom does not arrive through force. It opens when space is present. Right now, you are in the receptive state. That is enough. The Hermetic Principles are not rules to follow. They are patterns to notice. They remind us that life moves intelligently without constant interference. You do not need to apply these ideas. They will reveal themselves naturally through awareness. Even as sleep arrives, understanding continues quietly. The subconscious listens without effort. Meaning settles without strain. There is nothing more you need to learn tonight. Nothing more you need to understand. The mind can rest now. The body can soften. Let the words fade. Let the night hold you. Stillness remains.